to it. But listening to what the news had to say, then we're going to get started.
Massive raid took place in just the past 24 hours, and the charges range from racketeering to murder.
Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live in downtown L.A., joins us now with some of the details. Rob.
Yeah, it sounds like the Crips have been crimped. The FBI announcing that they made a sweeping bust of the Rolling
hell
60.
no. What the fuck did he just say? Man, listen to this corny ass white. I was not ready for that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna let it play all the way through. But what the man, this corny ass white man. I apologize for the LA news, y'all. Y'all live in Atlanta in places where they got soul, and we got this. I apologize for my city. Let's start this back over.
Hearing to murder.
Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live in downtown L.A., joins us now with some of the details. Rob.
Yeah, it sounds like the Crips have been crimped. The FBI announcing that they made a sweeping bust of the Rolling 60s Crips gang, but are still looking for its longtime leader. Now, here's some Air 7 video from earlier this morning showing some of the alleged gang members being processed in tents at the FBI's Los Angeles office. Search warrants executed at 6 different locations today. Hundreds of agents and officers arresting 10 people. In all, 19 have been indicted. 4 were already in custody, so at least 5 more arrests are expected. But the search is on for the man they say has been heading up the local Crips gang for decades, Eugene Henley Jr. Investigators say he's been painting himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities. But they say in reality, he's a violent criminal, the leader of the Crips with a long list of crimes on his resume.
The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture.
That was one report. We're going to go to this other report. This report's a little longer right here. I'm about to go to. Then you guys are going to get my opinion. We're going to watch this right here, this indictment, and then we're going to get my opinion and my reaction to it.
Now at 11, a big announcement from federal authorities about the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips gang in South L.A. Detectives have arrested multiple people, and this morning they're still looking for others. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. Let's get right to it. We have live team coverage of this breaking news. NBC4's Michelle Vyas is in Westwood with more on the arrest. But let's get started with Alex Rozier. He was at that press conference and joins us live from downtown L.A. Alex.
Yeah, they talked a lot about a number of people in this press conference, but the main focus was on a man named Eugene Henley. The feds say he committed a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and the murder of a rapper in 2021. But this same man, Eugene Henley, is known throughout the Los Angeles community. He's been involved with work including youth charities, and the feds say he did it all to further his own criminal enterprise.
He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar.
Eugene Henley now considered a wanted fugitive. In the past, he's produced TV series. He has nearly 300,000 followers on Instagram, and he ran this charity. The feds say the charity received donations from celebrities, even government agencies, for what was described as charitable work. But the feds say he was still very involved in a much larger crime ring. And it wasn't just Henley that they're looking for. They've already made several arrests in connection with his alleged crimes. 4 people named in the criminal complaint are already in custody. The details of the alleged crimes were just released in dozens of pages of court documents that we are about to go through here. But the big headline right now is that Eugene Henley, a longtime self-proclaimed community activist, is now a fugitive. The FBI, among other agencies, looking for him and several other people involved in a much wider-ranging crime ring. We'll have details much later today on the NBC4 News beginning at 3 o'clock. But for now, reporting live, I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
Alex, thank you very much for that update. We're looking forward to it. All right, so let's go to NBC4's Michelle Vyas. She's live at the federal building in Westwood, where the defendants will be processed. Michelle.
That's right. Annabelle, good morning. Right behind me, we have FBI agents and members of the Department of Justice here. This is where some of the members, the gang members from the Crips, were brought to be processed. We just saw likely one of them being driven away, who will likely be in court this afternoon. This is a big day. This is where they're processed. Many of them still need to be processed to face those federal charges. A big day, but big agents need the Big Get, a.k.a. Big U, Eugene Henley, now a fugitive. They think he's somewhere in Southern California, a self-proclaimed philanthropist and ringleader of the Rolling 60's Crip gang. Here's more on the arrest from Special Agent in charge.
Pissing me off.
4 of the 19 defendants were already in custody, and 10 defendants were taken into custody in the last 24 hours. And while we're still seeking the whereabouts of 5 individuals, 3 of whom we believe we will have in custody shortly, 2 defendants are considered fugitives. They are Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, and Brian Mejia.
Big U, the Crip leader turned gang interventionist who ran mafia-like enterprises, according to the feds. Developing Options was his nonprofit charity that was touted as helping gang members get out of the gang life. As we look live here, again, this is the federal building. You see the tents, you see the agents. This is where some of those defendants, innocent until proven guilty, were brought here for processing. Some still need to be processed and make their way to court. Big U looking at extensive federal charges, including the murder of an aspiring rap musician, extortion, robbery, tax fraud, and human trafficking. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of Brian Mejia or Big U, Eugene Henley Jr., is asked to call the FBI. In Westwood, Michelle Vyas, NBC4 News.
Michelle, thank you very much for that. And this is a story we'll be following throughout the day.
You guys have it. You guys have it. You heard directly from the news what's going on. On top of this, they arrested Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon. And for me, I'm a little sad at that. You know what I mean? Because I like my fuckery. I like my bullshit. You know what I mean? I like to educate myself and learn. But I also had a good time enjoying myself watching Luce Cannon troll Big U. Hey, sweetie, sugar plum. That shit was funny as hell to me. But I don't, just give you more context. These Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby are associated with this show called Adam 22. Adam 22, for you guys that don't know, is this white dude that comes around in black business and have a whole bunch of gang discussions going on his channel. And I do find it funny that Luce Cannon and Whack 100 fell out over the weekend or last week, sometime last week. And they fell out. And then Bricc Baby, and just yesterday, I was watching YouTube yesterday, Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon linked up, and then boom! I ain't gonna lie. Every time I watch Luce Cannon talk, I be thinking like, they still ain't arrested this nigga yet? That whole shit felt like a setup. And with that being said, let's get into it. Welcome everybody out there. I appreciate y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all for being in here. And we're going to talk about this from a few angles, because me, I'm born and raised in LA. And I personally do not know, what's his name? Big U or whatever. I don't know him. Everybody from LA don't know each other. Never ran across him personally. Well, I have run across him. I have run across him. I have run across him. But I don't know him. You know, we hang out.
Most of them are ghetto
Fuck,
kids.
man. We don't hang out in the same circles. We're different generations. And I never hung with the gangbangers anyway. But with that being said, if you're from LA, this is big. I don't know about y'all and the rest of the country, but those of us from LA, this is big because although me personally, that wasn't my crowd, that wasn't who I hung with, I'm probably within 1 degree of him across 20, 30 people that I know over my lifetime. You know, not necessarily my inner circle. I don't know anything about it. My inner circle, my personal inner circle, we don't interact with none of that lifestyle. But, you know, being born and raised here, you know, you always had a friend of yours, you know, who was impacted by some of the stuff that he did. You know, you or your friend's big brother was impacted. You know, if you hung out in the nightclubs, I was always in the nightclubs. And I would see him in the club sometimes, talking about 2011, 12 back then. You know, back in those days, 13. I would see him when I would be out sometimes, you know. And so, you know, there's an impact, you know. I personally wasn't raised in the 60s neighborhood, but I was raised in the adjacent neighborhood to it. So people I played basketball with my whole life, it's a few people on that picture I recognize, you know, just from being around. And so this is a big moment for a lot of people. And when it comes to Big U, there have been alleged ties to the LAPD. That's alleged. I don't know. That's just been alleged by a lot of people, you know. So if he gets arrested, he can pull a lot of strings on a lot of people on both sides of the law. Make that very clear. Both sides of the law. Well, really, three sides of the law: the criminals, and the neutral. It's also in this lawsuit, he's indicted because he got money out of Draymond Green goofy ass and Shaq goofy ass. And yes, I call Shaq a goofy. Shaq goofy as fuck. Let's go. Let me show y'all something right here. Because y'all may look at this because y'all have heard of people talk about the check-in. And me personally, I'm not on the gang side of the check-in, but I have had enough NBA friends to be on the other side of the check-in. And let me tell you something. The people who ain't trying to bang, the people who just want to go to the club, have a good time, go home, I ain't never seen them niggas have no problems here in LA. The niggas that want to wear big ass gold chains, buy all the bottles and floss and do all kind of extra shit, this city of LA is known for having people come up to you, you know? And a lot of goofies got caught up in this. It's a lot of people who want to come to LA and they want to feel like they gotta be down. I gotta be down. It was funny, I was gonna talk about this shit today too, from a different angle, about all these people that live in the suburbs that always want to come to the hood, wherever. Like if you from your city, whatever city you from, Atlanta, Dallas, if you from South Dallas, you from 3rd Ward, you from Houston, you from New Orleans, if you from the inner city of your city, you know what I'm talking about. You got the same experience I got, being from the inner city of LA. Being from the inner city, you see that gang life ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing to fool around. Hell, even on this broadcast, I'm not going to tell you niggas 90% of what I've heard. I don't know anything because I'm not around none of these niggas. But I'm not going to tell y'all 95% of what I heard about Big U and all the stuff that goes on. Why? Because look, man, I don't want problems from nobody. I don't know who cool with who, so I'd rather not say shit. You dig? But it's a lot of goofy ass niggas that come to LA, and this is where they want to go around and play hard, play tough. And you see here that he persuaded Shaq. He got 20 grand out of Shaq. He got 20 grand out of Draymond Green for his charity. But let me tell you something about Shaq, though. let's go back to the 90s when Shaq came out here in 96. If you was around LA, Shaq was Mr. Tough Guy. That's why I look at him on camera right now, being, I'm Mr. Law and Order. Everyone has to follow the rules. Man, Shaq's so full of shit. Back in the 90s, he was trying to kick it with all them gang member niggas. This nigga was trying to be down. He was trying to be down with sets. And this motherfucker ended up fucking with the wrong chicks. That was from the Woompty Wamp Boomty Bamps. And that's, from what I heard, I don't know, I wasn't there. But that was a major reason why Shaq had to leave LA and sell his house. Because when Shaq was here in LA, especially in the 90s, before the Lakers started winning those championships, like after the Lakers started winning those championships, he started to straighten up a little bit. But Shaq, LA, pre-championships, this nigga was trying to be down with all the hood niggas. The typical ass nigga that come to LA, y'all watch Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. Your niggas heard all the goddamn Trey D songs and all the goddamn songs from MC8. And you niggas want to be down. And like I told y'all before about this city, you want to be in that lifestyle, there's going to be somebody at the door to greet you. Whether you're in South Central or Beverly Hills, somebody's going to come and see you if you want to be part of that. And Shaq goofy ass, one of them goofy ass niggas that was a part of it, or trying to be, at least back in the 90s. He done that. Now he all, we got to follow the law and order. We got to keep things straight. And I'm looking at him like, see, those of us that are from here, you making it worse. We don't like going outside having to interact with these niggas. And you niggas think it's cute. That shit is not cute. I was listening to Thought Crimes yesterday, and they were talking about LiAngelo Ball. Yeah, I'm like, man. Now, LiAngelo Ball, his granddaddy, that nigga was a gangster. I know. That's extended family. In-laws. They in-laws to me. Now, that nigga granddaddy and great-granddad used to run L.A. But he was raised out in Chino Hills, but got a goddamn rap song out there talking about all kind of street shit. I'm tired of you niggas. If you from the suburbs, be from the motherfucking suburbs. That's good you from the suburbs. Man, your parents worked hard, got you moved out to a place that you ain't got to worry about waking up to gunshots. What's wrong with you niggas? I'm dead serious. I ain't got no smoke, no heat for the people who grew up in the environment, because I was lucky. I had my mom and my dad there, and I had like a lot of support systems that got me out of that. So I didn't have to participate in that. But I know it's a lot of people who grew up in the middle of that, and they made it do what it do. Just to have people that was raised in 6-bedroom houses come into the city, or you like Chris Brown and you raised in fucking West Virginia and you want to come to the city and be down. Oh my God, I'm tired of you niggas. So I'm saying that because Big U is now gone down. You had the internet, the people who be all on the internet. You know, Luce Caddy be all on the internet telling all kind of stories. Big U, sweetie pie, this is what I do. Glorifying that shit. And although I found it entertaining, I'm also an adult that is disconnected from that lifestyle. What about them 14-year-olds watching? And they was laughing for different reasons. I told y'all this is a 9 of Hearts year, endings. That shit, that whole thing, that whole glorification culture. This whole, you got that rapper Jim Jones all out. What's up, all these rappers? You get them New York niggas talking all kind of shit about LA, but whether it be 50 Cent or Jim Jones or any of them niggas, as soon as they come to LA, the first thing they want to do is check in somewhere. Fuck out of here. Why don't you niggas check in at the Beverly Wilshire and mind your own goddamn business? It's those of us who live down here who I love living. Look, I'm glad I was born and raised in South Central. You know, because although we had the gangs and the stuff, we also had the business owners. We also had the people who worked at the county in the city. Miss Johnson down the street. You know what I mean? We all have. I love where I grew up. That's why I know it's much, 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 much more than what they portray it to be. But you get these Charleston white ass niggas who was raised in the suburbs who come down to the city. These Shaq was a military kid coming down when he playing for the motherfucking Lakers. Shaq, we remember, look. And then Shaq's one of my favorite all-time players. I love Shaq when he's on Lakers. My favorite players of all time is Magic 1, Kobe number 2. You dig what I'm saying? Magic, Kobe, then Shaq. That's my holy trinity right there. Magic, Kobe, Shaq. That's my holy trinity of basketball players that I've watched in my lifetime. My favorite of all time. So I still love Shaq, the basketball player. But when I see this nigga coming in talking about some law and order this, law and order that, nah, nigga, you was that goofy ass nigga back in the 90s trying to be down with them niggas. Fuck out of here. Somebody said, first off, why are you spelling with 2 C's? How the fuck is that about NY? I said, when the New Yorkers come down here. Remember, Puffy linked up with a certain gang, and a lot of people allegedly, and a lot of people said it, put out money for that hit on Tupac. But it was Puffy coming out here to LA causing, that wasn't an organic thing, people going at Tupac. Puffy put the money up, allegedly. Niggas come out here to LA, go down to the hood, do all that weirdo shit, and those of us who live down here got to deal with the consequences. Was Suge coming to New York and getting hits put on New York people? Answer that. Fucking idiot. Learn logic, you dumb dick. Shit, Tupac got shot in New York. Jam Master Jay got shot in New York. New Yorkers always want to act like some LA shit. Like, man, it's some other West Coast. Nigga, didn't Jam Master Jay get shot in New York? Didn't Tupac get shot in New York? Didn't the Dog Pounds trailer get shot up on the video shoot? And then you niggas come out here, Jim Jones, 50 Cent, y'all want to go straight to the gangs? Like, stop it. That's you niggas' infatuation with the West. The West also got Anderson .Paak. He ain't gang affiliated. The West got Tyler, the Creator. He ain't gang affiliated. Nigga, the West got Kamasi Washington on the jazz side. He ain't affiliated. Y'all got a lot of options when y'all come out here to fuck with us musically. But you niggas want to go to the gang life. And then be like, man, nah, the problem with the West Coast is they brought in that gangster rap. Well, nigga, y'all participate. And make sure you hit the like button while you in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button while you in here. And if you listen to Gene Deal, Puffy had a whole lot to do with Big getting shot too. Just because Puffy allegedly decided to get it done out here don't mean it was our fault. Fuck out of here. What's up, Quan S? Yeah, Big L. Scott LaRock, yeah. Tired of that shit, man. But that's just a big issue. And I had this conversation with the New Yorker just recently. She was like, how do you LA niggas feel when people just come to y'all city and do whatever? Like, y'all remember that rapper Dollar that got killed at the Beverly Center? That rapper Dollar that got killed? It was somebody that flew out from Atlanta to kill this nigga in Beverly Hills and flew back to Atlanta. But we get caught with it. And I remember I ran across that dude about 2 or 3, about a year before he died. at the club. I ran across Hot Dollar about a year before he died at the club. And so that's just what we talking about here. So we got this whole Big U situation going on. Hey, mods, I think EP, hey, EP, you want to call in? I'll open up my call. I'll open up my phone call one. Hey, EP, you want to call in? No one else call in. I'm going to get going on with this Big U situation. But 323-744-7425. I only want EP in the chat to call in because he has a lot to say. So since he has a lot to say, I want to give him a chance to say it. What's up, Brandon Tony? What's up, Brandon Tony? Mr. Souls, that has nothing to do with it. Somebody literally flew from his murderer, literally got on a plane from Atlanta to kill him at the Beverly Center, got on a plane and flew back to Atlanta. Three, 744 7425. 323 744 7425. I'm gonna leave it open for a second. But so going back, I'll give him like 1 minute to call in. 744-7425. But this is the thing. But the reason why this is pertinent to this discussion on Big U is because we're talking about Big U shaking and not in his RICO charge. He's alleged to being behind a lot of NBA players and rappers being shaken down in LA through the quote unquote check-in system. So that's why this is pertinent to what I was talking about when I was talking about New York and people coming out here. That's a common theme out here. That's a very, 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 very common theme. You know, it's the people who want to come around and cosplay LA. Those are generally the targets of somebody like this quote unquote check-in system that it is alleged Big U is a part of. All right, chat room, get this nigga up out of here. I don't trust nobody. This nigga over here. Yeah, get him up out of here. Get him 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 out of here. It's a nigga that need attention. He said cosplay. What the fuck that even mean? Oh my God. You don't know what cosplay means? Yeah, mods, get him up out of here. This nigga don't even know what the fuck cosplay means. Wow. Yeah, go ahead, mods. Yeah, go ahead and do what you gotta do. Get him up out of here. This nigga said, what does cosplay mean? Oh my God. All he had to do was Google it if he didn't know. Why is he asking me? Like, that's how you know retarded people have gone too far. Retarded people feel comfortable telling people that they're retarded these days. Y'all notice that? I'll be way too embarrassed to tell somebody I'm arguing with to ask them what something means. I would be extremely embarrassed if somebody got me with a word that I didn't know and I'm not arguing with them. I'm at least be like, 1 second. Fuck you. You know, something. This nigga said, what that mean? Oh my God. So back to what I'm talking about. This goes to the people that aren't from here when it comes to that whole check-in system is real. And it talks about that in this lawsuit. But I'm not saying I know it all, but from my observation, being someone who's been around people who have never needed to check in, multi-millionaire basketball players, multi-millionaire rappers and actors that have never, ever needed to check in. You only got to check in when you're going around certain environments, doing certain things. And a lot of people, because they, again, going back, this is the caution to everybody. It's not as sweet as they make it on these TV shows. Like, I never watched, what's that show that they had about Freeway Rick Ross? What's the name of that show they had? Snowfall? I never saw one episode of Snowfall. I'm like, they gentrifying my city, and now they're making TV shows about the same streets I had to walk down, scared for my fucking life. Just trying to get through to my friend's house. And y'all be running around here from not from here, playing these games from outside the city, in this city. I can't do it. But a lot of you people, y'all want to be associated with that shit. For what reason? I don't know. I still don't. I get media and stuff like that. But from like that LiAngelo Ball rapping about the streets, all this street, like even going into that, what's her name? That Jasmine Chenick, that chick that worked for the that congresswoman
ghetto kids that
with her whole little ghetto ass makeup. That shit's over with. Like, the glorification of the ghetto, that's some stuff that we gotta stop. Whether it be ghetto culture with these Jasmine Chenick, the congresswoman, went to private school, was raised in a 2-parent household in a good neighborhood, but I gotta see her every time I turn on the news with some old ghetto fabulous ass accent, trying to act ghetto, trying to act ratchet, as if ratchet denotes black women. Look, I grew up in the Crenshaw district. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett. I kept saying Channing, Crockett, whatever. Fuck her name. I don't care. She going. I don't mean it like that, but I do. That whole plain ghetto thing. People I know who were, man, that's what they had to do. And being born and raised in the South Central, most black women don't act like that. Most. Even in South Central, most don't act that way. It's a stereotype that was put out there by mass media. The same reason why the old gangster stereotype. It's only a handful of gangsters out there. It's only a handful. It's only a handful. The rest of them niggas is trying to get by. Peacocking. Not a real thing. But it comes down again to, like I said before, what do you want out of it? You know? That's what it comes down to. It comes down to, what are you here for? And if you're here for that bullshit, the bullshit will find you. You dig? So Big U is on the run, and I'm gonna say this one thing too. Big U, I just pray that they catch the brother alive and well. You know what I mean? I just hope they catch him alive and well. I don't want any harm to come to him. Because he's somebody that, you know, a lot of people, you know, when it comes to him in LA working for that GRID program, you know, it's a lot of kids that look up to him. You know, there's a lot of kids. He's very intertwined, interconnected. And I got a call before I went live from somebody that's on the political streets out here. They were telling me that, you know, this is something that's been kind of coming together for a little while now. And did y'all know Debo from Friday? Do y'all know that in an interview, When they this show you how much this is show you how much how LA Big U is. The character Debo on Friday, when they asked Tiny Zeus Lister who was he portraying, he said Debo was a combination of Suge Knight and Big U. Did y'all know that? Tiny Zeus Lister said that his Debo character was a combination of Suge Knight and Big U. That's what he said out of his own mouth. That's you know, that brother's left a mark on this city, you know, in a lot of ways, you know. So I'm not here to piss on him when him been down and out, but it's a lot of people that have been affected by him. A lot of people. You guys, I'm not gonna tell you the stories. There are all kinds of stories out there about you know, him and Nipsey, the fight that they had. There's a lot of stories out there about, you know, Big U and them trying to, you know, shake down what Nipsey had going on. I'm not going to get involved in those stories, but though y'all go online and look up those stories yourself. Look those stories up yourself, please. I'm not about to go into it. But it's a lot of eerie things, you know, that he's been sort of implicated with from word from people out there who know better than I do. Again, I stay away from all this hood shit. I know who the politicians are, nigga. I know who Herb Wesson is. I can't tell you where one Mason-Dixon line from one gang to the next is, but I can tell you, goddamn, where the lines are drawn between where in the districts, District 8, between where District 8 is versus where District 3 is, nigga. I can tell you that. I've always known more about what Maxine Waters and Yvonne Brathwaite Burke were doing than I knew about what some goddamn street gangs was doing. Fuck that. You know? But these stories do exist. I encourage you guys to look them up if you want to know more about these stories regarding him and Nip. Those stories are out there and they're abundant. Also, when it comes down to no, he has a son right now that plays for the Chargers, LA Chargers. Like, wow. Hell yeah. He said you hell LA if you mention Herb Wesson. Yeah, goddamn it, you know. This is how LA I am. This is how LA I am. My dad got in a fight with Mark Ridley Thomas in middle school, in junior high. If you're from LA, you know that thug Mark Ridley Thomas. That's how LA I am. My dad got in a fight with Mark Ridley Thomas in junior high school. He said Trump just made segregation legal again, plot to get rid of black gang members to make that segregation law easier. Hey, I'm cool with segregation. Black people did a lot of great things in segregation. I wouldn't trip on that. Yeah, I know my city councilman. I am all the way cool with legal segregation. That's fine. This country can do what the hell it wants to do. Black people will be fine. That'll just make us buy from our own more. That's cool. Segregation to make us grow. That'll force us to grow our economy with one another. I'm cool with that. Not about hating white people. Just about the hell. Black people gonna have to spend money with black people again. That's cool with me. Hell yeah, my dad whooped his ass. You want to know how LA I am also? Y'all know who my dad's karate teacher was? Chuck Norris. And rest in peace, to Uncle George Jordan, Uncle George, my brother, on my brother's side. Rest in peace. His brother Fred was my dad's best friend, and they learned karate from Chuck Norris in the late '60s, early '70s. Before, of course, this is before Chuck Norris became a movie star. Of course, this was in the early. This before the movies. But my dad learned karate from Chuck Norris. That was his karate teacher. Yeah. Nah, my dad, my Uncle Fred was trying to fight Jim Kelly in the tournaments. Because he was like, what this pretty boy doing out here? I want to whoop his ass. Nah, my Uncle Fred, yeah. My dad went to karate school with Chuck Norris. But now going back, so this is what we see. This is a lot. You know, it's been a lot of implications with the whole Nipsey thing. Also, there's been a lot of talk, you know, just with different people in South Central, you know, that been in that lifestyle. Here's another thing. With the way things work in LA, I don't go to the clubs no more. I've aged out of clubs. Well, every now and again I'll go, but it's probably gonna be a day party if I go now. But back in my party days, man, you go back, Basque, back in the 2000s, man, most of the hottest nights, I ain't gonna lie. If you was clubbing, I don't know how it is now, but if you was clubbing in the 2000s, man, them 60s, a lot of them niggas was co-promoters or promoters on some of the hottest nights in LA. If you was around and you was at Facade or Club Ivar, back in the days of Cabana, back in the days of Basque, it was them niggas. It was a lot of them niggas. Let me see where that. Here it is. This part right here. Remember this line from Snoop?
Meet me at the Roosevelt, Bass Cabana Room. I'm on Sunset at the House of Blues.
That whole line, Bass, the Cabana, the Roosevelt. You was gonna run across them boys up there back in them days. You was gonna run across them. Yes, you were. And that's why, again, you don't play these games with people. You leave people alone. Let them be who they gonna be. The Century Club was the 90s. Yeah, the hood niggas be your entertainment folks. Them is the coldest ass promoters in LA. The hood niggas. And they would have, and out here, they would have like, say, one night, on Thursday night, was Club Element. That was on Las Palmas and Hollywood, in between Las Palmas and Sunset. And let me pull a map out, and I'm gonna get to the next story after this. But let me pull the map out. Let me pull the map out. She did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. Why am I saying the monster mash? They did the mash. They did the monster mash. The monster mash. Here we go. So we hear, this is LA, right? This is where the 60s are. They over here. This is 60s neighborhood right here. Is that Slauson? Oh, yeah, on Western. Here we go. Hyde Park, Slauson. Okay, so this is Big U-ville right here. When they say neighborhood, they talking about over here. The Avs are over here, all right? So this is basically, I call this 60 Central, 8th Ave and 60th. I have never in my life stopped in this liquor store, and I never will. Driven past it thousands of times. Never once have I ever stopped in it. So this is the hood that they're talking about when they're talking about the 60s, right over in this neighborhood. Also over here, you have, this is where the Marathon store is. Oh, this must be this is 59th. I don't want to be on 59th. I want to be on Crenshaw. Here we go. This is my spot, Woody's Barbecue. I love my goddamn Woody's. This is Nipsey's The Marathon store, right? And I told you, those guys who saw my stuff before, y'all heard me. My homeboy Moses was painting this mural right here when Nipsey got killed. My boy Moses was painting this. You got Queen Khalifa. You also got my man Hassan, Hood News, my man that's helping film my documentary. That's Hassan right there. Oh, salute to Hassan. We filmed yesterday. We wrapped filming for the documentary. That's why they come to y'all yesterday. Me and Hassan, we wrapped filming. But this is Hassan on that mural. When Hassan was being painted at this time, my homeboy was, when Nipsey got killed, was painting that mural. When he heard the gunshots ring out right here, and he said basically every day before Nipsey got killed, it was always some police agents in his parking lot. They always had eyes on a Marathon store in this parking lot right here. This has now been knocked down. They about put up an apartment building. But there used to be a lot of feds, I don't want to say feds, but some kind of law enforcement that would be out here. But except for the day Nipsey got killed, they weren't out here, right? So this is the whole Nipsey corner right here. And this give you the neighborhood where they were. At the time, I wasn't too far away. I was living up here at that same time with the niggas with a little bit of bread. You dig? So I wasn't in that. I wasn't in that shit. You know, I wasn't in there. My parents were okay. You dig? So I wasn't in that. I was more so at that time up in here. I was up in here at that time. All black neighborhood, View Park, Mount Vernon. You know Mount Vernon. If you know the neighborhood, you know the area. So that's where they were. The Hollywood clubs is up here. And this West Hollywood, and this the club circle up in here. The 60s niggas, oftentimes, they were running shit at the different nightclubs up in this area. On that dirty ass Walk of Fame. Hollywood is ghetto and dirty as fuck. All right? Don't ever be mistaken. Hollywood ain't shit. Well, anyway, during that time, this used to be a club called Sugar, 2008. I remember, and they used to promote this night. It was a nigga that pulled up in a Rolls Royce Phantom. A Rolls Royce Phantom, brand new, convertible. Got out and sprayed this motherfucker. 6 niggas ended up getting hit. And I had just left probably about 15 minutes before it happened. My God has always been with me, boy. My spirit was like, Dewan, you need to go. And I did. And this shit got shot up. But this is the area that people come to thinking that they're free. And this is just a warning to everybody that's not from LA. Y'all come here thinking that y'all free from that lifestyle, and you're not. When you come up here to Hollywood, you're actually in the middle of it. You're actually in the middle of it. And you'll be here. This is that club I was telling you about. This is more clubs. This was LAX. Right here. And then this was Element. This was Thursday Night Element. Right here. And then this parking lot is Ledoux. And them niggas Big U was tied with was connected to all these motherfuckers. So when people will come to LA, they're thinking that they're going to a party, and they're going to a party on Hollywood, not understanding that these niggas up here in Hollywood all live right here. All the niggas in Hollywood that you think that you going up there somewhere safe, They right here at Crenshaw High. They went here. They went right here to Crenshaw High. This Crenshaw High right here. This where Big U worked. My mom graduated Crenshaw High School the same year as Ice-T. This school at one time had over 3,000 students. Now they're under 500 students at this high school. That's how the hood is being decimated. Crenshaw High now has less than 500 students. And this is where Big U was working right here. Well, one of the schools he's working on was as far as their football programs, helping them out in the Crenshaw district. My mom went there and Ice-T. That's the homie Kamir calling me. I remember when Nipsey got shot. First person I talked to was Kamir. She calling me right now. She was like, whoop-de-wham, whoop-de-wham.
Kids.
But
and most of them
let's
are
stop
ghetto
this from
kids.
doing that. So that just gives you like a little quick sight of what it is. Larry said, answer it. Larry said he felt safer in Compton. Right. Right. You are safer in Compton. Because of where it is right now, everyone be up over here all the time thinking that they safe now up in Melrose. This is spot now for everybody. The Grove. He'll be coming up to the Grove and y'all think it's sweet. This is where you got to watch out for now if you in LA, right here. Like here's the Grove. You got CBS right here. And these right here, Larry knows. Larry got a homeboy, he said over here. These are the apartments where Tupac stayed. When Tupac died, Tupac lived in this apartment off Beverly Boulevard. So if you're ever in LA, you want to know where Tupac was living when he was alive, his last address, it was right above this Irwan, and that's on the backside of CBS Studios. You come over here, you got CBS Studios right here. This is where they film The Price is Right and all that shit. The Price is Right is filmed right here. And Real Time with Bill Maher. Don't ask me why I know that. Well, it used to be. Real Time with Bill Maher, all that shit was filmed there. But, nigga, come down Fairfax. This is where you get caught slipping right here. This is the artsy side of town. This is where you'll see mostly nothing but white folks. You got Flight Club LA somewhere over here where niggas be standing outside all goddamn day to get their Nikes. And then you come on down here to I'm in Hollywood. You go to Cantor's, it's 24 hours if you're ever in LA. You can eat here 24 hours a night. Is it Dime Center Cross? You got the Dime somewhere around here. And then you get here to Melrose. And people come to Melrose thinking, okay, everything is sweet. Because, you don't watch the Arsenio Hall show. You done heard about Melrose Boulevard. And them same gang members you be running from that when they talk about these RICO charges, again, I don't know. I'm not there. But in LA, this is where you're most likely to get robbed, right here on Melrose Boulevard. So you got the Adidas store right there, You got all this stuff. You got all these fancy little boutique stores and shit. You'll be coming through here thinking, hey, I'm on Melrose. I'm in Hollywood. And the next thing you hear is crack, 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 crack. Oh, that nigga leaking.
Kids.
So
and most of them were ghetto kids.
That's how a lot of people got here in LA through that check-in. Because a lot of you are asking, okay, so how did they check in? Why don't they just go to the other side of town? Well, the other side of town is most likely where them hood niggas is gonna be. You dig? Yeah, good area, but yeah, right down street from the Beverly Center. Yep. So a major piece of that puzzle, a major component, allegedly, according to the lawsuit, I don't know, I wasn't there. And make sure y'all hit the like button. We got over 900 people here on Twitter, over 600 people here on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, retweet this motherfucker. And if you're on YouTube, hit the like button because we got 650 on YouTube and on 350 likes. Need to be at 600 likes, y'all. Like, hit the like button. It's your responsibility to get me to 600. I can't like it myself. You dig? Oh, I got a super chat. Cisco Bell says, thanks for the class. Appreciate that. That news anchor joke was whack. I appreciate that, Cisco Bell. Yeah. Make sure y'all hit the like button. So that takes us into the next segment of today. Let's get to the next issue today. Y'all see that dude Kanye going at Jay-Z's family and children. I'm not gonna stay on this for long. Then I'm about to answer I'm about to open up the phone lines in a second. But I do want to mention this part before I go and open up the phone lines. Kanye going in on Jay-Z's kids and his children and his wife, calling the kids retarded. Go ahead and watch Thought Crimes. Thought Crimes put up two shows yesterday. They put up a blackout stream and then another stream afterwards. Y'all need to go and listen to them. They had a great talk about the people backing Ye, you know, and how Ye is possibly down with the same people as Candace Owens, Andrew Tate, and those weirdos, Myron Gaines and those guys. That's not my thought. That's something I heard from Thought Crimes. I got to give credit. And when they said it, it was like, is Ye being sent out there to fish out people? To fish out different artists? To bring them down? I don't know. But Kanye is slipping. He's going there. But, you know, again, salute to Thought Crimes. Because they put up two very dope shows yesterday. I encourage you to watch both of them when you have time. So Jimmy Lord says, what up, Dewan? If you was big uses, where would you be headed? Russia, China, or Africa? I don't know. You know, them street niggas be tied with the Mexican mafia too, you know, so you never know. The Mexican mafia might, you know, they might, I don't know. They might, who knows? That nigga might be going down there speaking some goddamn Spanish. Yepa, 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 yepa. Nigga, this nigga might be in Tegucigalpa right now, nigga. This nigga might be down somewhere in goddamn Guadalajara, nigga. For all we know, this motherfucker's in Cabo San Lucas, nigga. For all we know. Yeah, salute to Thought Crimes, man. They put some dope. Thought Crimes put out some really like, Sin did the blackout. She put out some shit that I read in my cards. I saw this shit in my cards, but I didn't see the faces. I just saw the moves being made in my cards. So when I was listening to Sincere Ignorance yesterday on Thought Crimes in the Blackout Stream talk, I was like, hold on. She putting a face to these moves I've been seeing in my cards. And then this shit happens. I'm going to open the phone line, 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. I want to hear your thoughts on this. You got Drake responding. Do y'all know that Drake looked up his lawyers just asked to see Kendrick's contract with Universal? I can't forget to mention that. This motherfucker Drake, in his response to Universal's motion to dismiss, Drake's lawyers are asking to see Kendrick Lamar's contract with Universal. What the fuck? What the fuck? What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, man, fuck all them formalities. You know who it is and you know what it is, nigga.
Man, you ain't calling from your normal number, you hoe-ass nigga.
Yeah, Jerry Sloan. I had to use my other phone. My bad.
Oh, fuck. Fuck you. What the fuck do you want, nigga?
Hey, man, look. I called to talk about Kanye's tweets. Now, I don't condone talking about nobody wife and nobody kids like that, so fuck all that. He a bitch for that. But nigga, did you see what he was sending to Drake and stuff?
No, what did he say? What did he say?
So I've never heard this artist, any of this artist's music, Playboy Cardi. Like,
oh yeah, that dude. That's the
him
dude that dropped that. He's jealous that he didn't get on that new album, but Kendrick did.
He said Drake like, that's why Cardi left you off his album. So he been trolling Drake, like asking him to help him. How does he respond to certain shit, dog? I enjoy.
I missed that. Was that this morning?
Huh? Yeah. Dog, I don't care what color you are.
Oh, this nigga just tweeted Cassie used to run orgies.
Yes, dog. Yeah, hey. I enjoy a good spiraling, dog. A good public spiraling, dog. I enjoy seeing people spiral out. I enjoy that shit, dog. Especially when they're vocal and you can like see it. You can see them losing control. I really enjoy this shit, dog. I really hope he don't commit suicide or nobody gets him, dog. I want to see him tweet for another 3 or 4 more days before they commit him to an asylum. That's what the fuck he had.
Oh yeah.
But this shit is so enjoyable.
It is. That's why I was laughing at yesterday. This nigga called Cardi a faggot. Hey, you know one of my favorite tweets from him was when he said it's just in the last couple of days I wouldn't have killed myself, but I've been wanting to kill myself ever since my mom died. And I was thinking, goddamn, that's been 20 years. You've been wanting to die every day, and you've been bragging to me, talking about how much money you got, nigga. You mean tell me your money ain't make you want to stay alive until yesterday? The fuck, nigga?
Man, hey, dog. Fuck Kanye, dog. I just want him to get back on that medication so he can be fat again, dog. You remember when he was fat and nigga looking like
he was mad.
Man, that shit.
Hey,
that shit.
You know what would make that real funny? Because he just put out a couple days ago on his Twitter. He said he's doing the auditions for his for another Kanye choir here in LA, and he said he wants only dark dudes and no fat niggas. I'm like, first off, you're not gonna have no good. The best singing niggas is fat. Fat Luther was the best singer of all time. So you're not gonna have as much. But nigga, you fat. You one of us, Kanye. With your swole ass face. Remember when that nigga's face was looking like Cartman?
Hey, you know what's crazy? Dog, he got into that accident years ago, dog, and his cheeks never stopped swelling up, dog. They still swollen from that fucking through the wire accident.
Man,
like
if you don't get this, if you don't get this tobacco cheek chewing looking ass nigga out my face.
Fucking Chi-Town chipmunk. Fuck Kanye, nigga.
Hey, you know, I heard the real story. I don't know this story. Again, this is alleged. I heard the real story was it wasn't no accident. Kanye was wearing his mouth, huffing and puffing, and got his ass beat. That's what I heard the true story was behind the wired jaw, not an accident.
I can believe that. I believe that. I don't never believe shit they put in the news. So,
and I've been hearing that shit since it happened.
Tell you what nigga. I can see that, dog. But if nobody believes it, we can do a reenactment, dog. I'll kick your ass and you'll have them Kanye chipmunk cheeks, bitch. How about that?
Man, nigga, I'll beat your ass so fast you run back to class.
I'm 51. What kind of class am I running back to, you stupid fuck?
Man, you need to run to this class of this ass whooping. That class, motherfucker. You can't fight.
All right, man. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see.
Weak.
I'm getting off this phone.
You weaker than a nigga named Pete.
All right, man.
Man, get the fuck off my phone, you Arabian bitch. That was Larry. But I heard that story, though. I don't know if it's true or not. I do not know if it's true or not. But I heard that Kanye didn't have an accident I heard, and this is something I heard 20 years ago. This ain't nothing new. I just don't talk about it because I remember when the shit first happened. What I heard was huffing and puffing, puffing and huffing, and he got his ass beat. But I wasn't there. I don't know. It probably was an accident. Who knows? Only people who know is Kanye and the motherfucker that whooped his ass. But y'all call in 323-744-7425. What's up, T Dynamite? You be acting like you a goofball yourself. You trying to act like you innocent. You goofy as hell. Don't be trying to act like you innocent. Isaiah would say that's one hell of an ass whooping. I had a few people calling. When I was on the phone, Larry, y'all know not to call in. We're calling now, 323-744-7425. But this nigga, Kanye, though, man, go watch Thought Crime's video yesterday. I'm not even going to sit here and try to reinterpret what they was talking about. They put some shit up in my mind that was like, I saw cars playing out like this, but they put faces to it. They went in real good detail, man. Salute to Thought Crimes. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Ray, and I'm calling from New York.
Ray from New York. What's on your mind?
So what's the topic? Y'all talking about Big U, Kanye? I just looked at the title.
Yeah, both.
Both? What happened with Big U?
Oh, you didn't see what happened? Well, I played the video when he first started. Big U, he's on the run from the law right now. He on the run from the police because he got federally RICO charged for racketeering, for misuse of funds, for murder, for and also for something else.
For Nipsey?
No, not Nipsey. Some other nigga. One of his players. Not just some other nigga. Somebody that he'd been knowing since he was a kid, that he used to coach, that was signed to his label, that allegedly he drove to Vegas when dude didn't show up, and he allegedly killed the dude and dumped him off the 15 freeway. And then he found the dude's body. What's his name? Big U's knuckles or some part of his body was allegedly had DNA on it. And also for the RICO charges for all that check-in shit that they be doing out here.
Oh, word? Because I thought he turned his life around. I thought, he was reformed and shit.
That's just what he told Vlad.
Yeah, because he went on a media run, campaigning like, he's a gang interventionist. So I kind of bigged him up, and I respected that. Now, for Kanye, y'all celebrating him for talking about Jay-Z's kids, man?
You obviously didn't call in, weren't listening.
Yeah, because I just saw you came up. Like, I just saw you live, and this is my first time calling in. So, do you think it's right for him to talk about another man's children?
No, we already covered that, brother. No, we said that wasn't cool. We probably covered that 10 minutes ago. Not even that long ago. About 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. I apologize, man. And I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I just want to, see what's going on. And I like your work. Only thing I can say is don't be so long with it, homie. Sometimes you get too California out here, get too deep.
All right, yeah. Nigga told me not to get long with it on my goddamn show. Well, nigga, bye. Again, my show is not for everybody. I'm not doing this for millions of people. I'm doing this for people with long attention spans like me. I personally enjoy long stuff, long-winded people. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, DeWarren? This is Rizza. I'm calling from Aurora, Colorado.
Rizza from Aurora, Colorado. What's on your mind?
Man, so first I just want to ask you, what do you think as far as the way that these guys from these organizations, street organizations, how they gonna be moving? You think that this whole indictment is gonna change how these cats is posting and blasting all their business on the internet? They'll change how they moving?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. Man, my brother, hopefully so. Hopefully so. But in my experience, a lot of these niggas is dumb as fuck. So I'm not sure they'll get the message. If people get the message, Vlad and Adam 22's days are numbered because everyone is shut up. Whether you're in Atlanta, Memphis, New York, Chicago, LA. If these niggas around the country see what's going on, there will be no more Adam 22. There'll be no more Vlad because they'll know to shut the fuck up. My guess is they're going to see this and use it for clout for themselves, thinking that they can't be touched. That's my guess.
It's
I hope
like
I'm wrong.
Black misfunction and dysfunction is making so many billions of dollars, it don't make any sense. It's like they don't want to see us moving in a positive direction. Everything is, you know what I'm saying? They're just making money off of the destruction of our community and you know what I'm saying, the dysfunction within our community. This shit's crazy, man.
Man, it is crazy, bro. But that was a good question you asked, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
All right, thanks. Peace.
Well, back to that nigga that was called before. This nigga came calling in. This motherfucker called in to my goddamn show. Didn't know the motherfucking topic. Didn't know what we was talking about. Was on some whole other shit. Thinking he about to check me over something I didn't say. And then say, man, I got a recommendation. I recommend you nigga you listen to the show from the fucking beginning before you call in. That's what I recommend. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
It's Dana calling from the Valley.
What's up, Dana from the Valley? What's on your mind?
Not much. I'm laughing at you and Larry, of course. That's fodder for me. But also this person that didn't listen to the whole show and asked you what the topic is.
Yeah. Like, that's some nerve,
Don't
ain't
sit
it?
your ass down.
Ain't that some nerve to come in thinking, so you think it's cool that he's talking about somebody's cheering? No, nigga, I don't think it's cool that you didn't listen, goddammit, before you called in. How about that?
And Kanye just crashing out, but that's not what I called to talk about. This whole big U thing, you know, us LA natives have kind of been waiting for something to come up.
Yeah.
And it looked like it is real bad. It don't look good.
Yeah, like you
So,
from here, you from LA, and you know that dude Big U has tentacles that reach on both sides of the law. And if
Right.
I say again, all three sides, the good, the bad, and the neutral. No matter where you stand, he has tentacles that reach that area. So this is gonna be this fallout's about to be crazy.
I think he overstepped, and that dirt under the fingernail things, I think that's gonna be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
I think he extended his 9 lives a half a life too long, and that it just the FBI got involved. LAPD can't save you, you know, whoever you've been paying and stuff. So I'm wondering if he had the Las Vegas border or the Mexican border.
Yeah, I'm looking more so. I'm looking more so towards Mexico because the other person that's on the run is a Mexican, and I know that a lot of them street dudes be tied to, you know, other here in LA.
Right,
you know, you have the different races. All the people that's at the top, they all connected with the other different races and they gangs and shit like that. So,
right,
you know,
but where did he get the loot to pay his way in?
Huh?
Where did he get the loot to pay his way in?
From
Is
what
what
I
I'm wondering
hear,
now.
From what I hear, this has been coming down for a little while now. We're all just, like, I'm just hearing about it today, and most of us. But based on I got about 2 or 3 calls this morning. From what I hear, the people who are close to that situation, or at least know him and know people around him, they've been saying that, you know, the domino's been falling for a little while now. So based on that, I'm sure he read some writing on the wall.
Yeah, me and Friday been talking about it for like about a month and a half, and she had her speculations and I had mine, but I'm just like, those chickens come home to roost. You can only do dirt for so long.
You can only do dirt for so long. And when you look at this side, I remember even after Nipsey died, it was too many rumblings on from people I knew, you know, from people on the street. It was just too many rumblings.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know?
And see, Black Sam held his peace for a long time, but now that he's more vocal and really coming out, somebody has to pay the piper. A few people got to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Big U is the one with the target on his head for right now, but those other ones are just, collateral.
And
down with Adam 22.
And when you see all of the people from Adam 22 stuff that got locked up too, I'm sure it's a lot of squealing going on right now. It's a lot of names being named right now, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, good. All that needs to end, and I'm glad the cards is back in play, and you reading them more and giving us info and stuff, and a little bit on that Kanye stuff. You talking about this man's kids, why your ex-wife is pimping your children. That oldest daughter is ready to be emancipated minor.
Tell it, like, that's a great comparison you just drew. You over here talking about Jay-Z and his kids while you're complaining about your ex-wife taking your kids, but your mother-in-law was Heidi Fleiss. Is the legal version of Heidi Fleiss.
Pimping every daughter that she could. My sister was just saying on the phone, she was just like, oh, the Kardashians are beautiful and all this. And I'm like, Kanye ain't got no space to talk. He done went behind every LA dude that Kim was ever with. So you got not even sloppy seconds. I don't even know you could just call that a bust down.
Nick Cannon, that Arabian prince dude that she was married to, that guy from Saudi Arabia, whatever, that she was married to for a while.
That black producer that used to beat the shit out of her ass.
Yeah. Ray J.
Damon, whatever his name was.
Yeah. You made a good point.
They well known on the LA scene.
Very well. It was like we were hearing about the Kardashian girls 20 years ago. And the shit that they was in. Longer than that now.
And they was getting passed around. They just kind of hooked themselves, what Kim did, to, the socialite thing. But they were being passed around. And Kanye, you went behind that. I don't care if she was at the height of mediocrity successful. You went behind all of that, had a gang of kids. That oldest one, like I said, she ready to be an emancipated minor because she getting pimped. You can't tell me that she ain't all over weirdos and creeps, walls and all that stuff.
Right.
Because that's a little kid, but you guys got her overexposed. You let her do a whole lot of stuff she ain't got no business doing at 10 or 11 years old. So you don't have no room to talk about nobody's children.
Right. Going at, calling their kids, calling their kids Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm not a Beyonce fan or Jay-Z fan at all. You know how on this channel I've used my platform to talk about what they do musically. But you don't talk, You don't go at nobody's kids, man. You don't do that.
Babies, they don't even know. They unaware you mad at Jay-Z or you do things for shock value. But nobody is tripping off of you, Kanye. And you keep talking about them small hats. They gonna shut your ass all the way down. You're not gonna be able to apply for a Costco card. Keep messing with them. Keep messing with them. They gonna have you somewhere in a cell, in a padded cell with a straitjacket on, and ain't nobody gonna know how you got there, and ain't nobody going to be able to get you out. But one more thing, Dewan. If you don't want to do the super chat, how else can you donate?
Cash App. $Dewan B1.
Is it here? I didn't see it on the thing.
Yeah, it's right here, right under my face. $Dewan B1, right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go on and hit that right now. Thank you for taking my call.
That. Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's happening, pimp?
Nothing much. What's on your mind, my brother? Yes, sir.
Just scrap, man.
DJ Scrap Dirty. What's on your mind, my brother?
Hey, look, check this out, right? So if you look at all the different shows that Cat's going on, right? What I call it temporary ego stimulation. So when cats get popped by what they say, it's gonna be a whole nother crop. Even though they know and they see what's going on, they still gonna go back on those shows and tell all their business. And back how we was growing up, we never have to deal with none of that type of shit. We had all our shit going on. it's gonna be the next person, he get popped. The next person, he get popped. What they say on the on X and all that, I'm gonna land my plane. I ain't gonna be long with it, pimp. Like, look it.
Man, I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for giving us a call, brother.
All right, Scope.
Yes, sir. That's DJ Scrap Dirty. That's a good dude right there, motherfucker. Dope ass musician in his own right. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, I just called in. My name is Ray. If you let me get it out, I would have.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, no calls back. Nah, you don't get to say no bullshit, then call back. You can listen though. I don't mind you listening. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
This Imani, L.A.
Imani, what's up, Imani, brother?
First off, I'm weak. I do who just tried to double back. That was hilarious.
Like, what was that? Final word has been said. Like, judgment has been rendered. What are you doing? What's on your mind, though?
Second, bro, I ain't never been just as happy to be a so-called square in my life.
Bruh,
right now.
Salute to the square. Hey, yes. Go ahead.
I know the other day you just talked about the goofies versus the squares and all that. And this is goofy time right now that we watching. So I stayed in that area and still frequent that area, bro. So I'm watching this unfold. I ain't never seen so many people not from LA cover this at once. Like, everybody talking about this. I see people from New York talking about it, Philly, here, all over. So it just lets you know how big it is. But I think it's just ironic, the timing of it, because if y'all a Nipsey fan, y'all know when he first came in from day one, he talked about the difference in his message that he was going to offer to the game, being from LA, was he couldn't talk about the same subject matter of a Dre, a Snoop Dogg, because the updated version of LA at that time has severely changed because of the recent gang injections. So you couldn't even be outside with your T-shirts on with your homies. They'll pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't have a cell phone on the block. They'll pick you up. He was talking about that 08, 09.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to now, it's like this came full circle. These dudes be talking on these cameras all the time. I think it's a lot of egos at play. And I just want to advise the youth, like, watch this and let it play out and advocate. If y'all adults or got youth coming up, advocate them to stay out the streets, because it's not the same no more. It don't serve no badge of honor like it used to carry in the past. All these charges is superseded state time. It's all gonna be federal, so you're gonna see people turning on each other.
Woo.
And all that blah that they hang their hat on about caring out their life a certain way. You about to watch it just crumble. And a lot of the older dudes, they brag about how they stand tall, regardless of any circumstance, and You about to watch all that shit just fold. And,
all of it, dog.
When you start talking about 20 plus years at minimum per crime, and plus you doing certain things for the benefit of your gang, that's what Nipsey was talking about. You about to start getting 20-year minimum sentences, 30 years, 40 years. There ain't too many people that's built to just take that on the chin. So that's all I want to say.
Thanks for getting us a call, my brother.
All right.
And with that being said, y'all want to keep y'all mind sharp, you need to go to intellectualpower.net. Type in product code DBrown for 10% off. And happy belated birthday to our man Rizza, Rizza Islam. Man, you got one right here, dog. Hey, Rizza, you got one right here. This intellectual power, I cannot imagine going through life without it. As far as keeping my mind sharp. Y'all know me, I'm always recalling things fast. This helps a lot. Also go to Peace Pads and go into the description and you will see Rizza's event that's coming May 3rd. in Compton. It's a free event on Reproductive Health. I need y'all to make sure that y'all click on the link. Click on the link and make sure you hit that event up. I know it's worth it, because there's a lot going on with how they be doing it. So y'all know Rizza was right about them damn vaccines. We couldn't even say the word goddamn vaccine 4 years ago. They was putting him on all kind of disinformation, dozens list and all kind of shit. They was saying, oh, he's lying. Now they basically admitted everything that brother was saying was right. And they had to stop, they had to take him off that list. So y'all, make sure y'all support, all right? Make sure y'all support. But yeah, like what the caller said was true about Nipsey as far as not being able to rap about that stuff. The LA gang life the last 15 years has not been like people go around and talk about it used to be. The stuff changed a whole lot. Like the music and the coverage kept going about it on. You watch these Adam 22’s and stuff, you would think it's still a very much so present thing. When no. Most of them niggas that be talking on Adam 22, them niggas live way out in the way outs. They don't even live in the neighborhood no more. But they running their goddamn mouth, and I still live in the neighborhood. And it's a different world now than it was in the 90s. And but you still got to worry about the people who live in San Bernardino and goddamn Pomona and Lancaster talking about a whole bunch of shit when I'm the one that got to walk down to that goddamn street on the corner in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? But the shit's completely changed, and I think, and I'm going to get you one second, caller. I think when I look at this Big U being arrested, they're really gentrifying the neighborhood. They're really pushing us out. They're changing the environment, the temperament and everything. And after a while, I think at some point, I knew at some point they was going to be like, yeah, game's over. All you niggas go to jail. And I think this is where we are right now. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Dwan? It's Narkis from Chicago.
Narkis from Chicago. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, a few things, but the first thing I want to tell you is thanks for the information you give us. Thank you for putting those Black Heritage flags up too, because I had to get me one. It's beautiful,
yes,
and it's in my living room hanging.
Dope.
It's a great feature. As far as the Big U thing, the rumors we hear at the beginning of the incident and the immediate aftermath are usually true. And I'll leave that right there because I know your channel ain't about all of that. But as far as the Ye stuff, him and 50, they kind of have mastered this aggressive troll and form of marketing. The only difference I'll say about this is I've never seen him personally attack no kids, and he don't be talking about his mama. I don't know if you saw those tweets. They were very dark and disturbing. He talked about that S word. Something is a little different this time. That's all I'm saying on that. It's a little different.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you on that one. I pick up what you
said.
said.
Yeah, because he don't talk about his mama. He don't do that. He just troll people, talk about celebrities, say outlandish things, and keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch your cousin too. He cover the street side of things. Nina boy, I believe.
Yeah. Shouts out to my cousin Nina boy.
Yep.
I was watching him a little bit earlier to get the information because I don't be knowing shit. So I turned on his channel too. Like, what the fuck going on? I was watching Nina boy before I started. Like, what cousin talking about?
Yeah. Like you said, playing both sides of the law. When you play with pigs, you're bound to get some shit on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, dog. Yeah, y'all check out Nina boy, man. Thanks for shouting them out.
No problem. Have a good show.
Yes, sir. I ain't seen my cousin in a minute since that last funeral. Y'all know how it is. You know, the only time you see your cousins is at funerals. But yeah, I turned on Cuzzo's page earlier because I don't be knowing shit that go on. I be like, what Nina boy talking about? Oh shit, that's what's going on? Cause I'm a square. And Nina boy will tell you, oh, my cousin Dwar, yeah, he a square. You don't get involved in all that. They be over there with they shit. I'll be over here with my shit. But I'm always gonna have love. Always gonna have love. Appreciate that, Boris Shot. Ty Love says, untreated bipolar equals suicidal thought. That's a great, yes. Yes. Appreciate that, Troy. Yeah. But what did I tell y'all? I said this is a 9 of hearts year. People are going at one another. Old standing groups. Would this been a 9 of hearts year? I'm telling y'all right now, they're behind them walls right now, pointing at everybody. And again, salute to the squares out there who ain't got nothing to do with none of this shit. Salute to us squares out here. These people, I told y'all, the shit's about to be people going at it. We called it in December, and it is cracking right now. And the funny thing about Kanye West and 50 Cent and Cat Williams, they're both 9 of diamonds. This is their card. Kanye being a 9 of diamonds Gemini, and 50 being a 9 of diamonds Cancer. And Cancer males are oftentimes the fucking worst because they have so much feminine energy. Cancer males got a lot of feminine energy and they don't know what to do with it. So they end up being the most bitchy / ruthless niggas you gonna find. And 9 of diamonds, this is the card of trials and tribulation. This is the card that's going to test you until the end. This card is all about testing and being testy and pushing the envelope, pushing the button. It's the reason why you see these people with these certain personality archetypes fall under the same card. And Kanye's a 9 of diamonds Gemini, which means that's why you see him say 1 minute, he say something like how me and Larry was laughing earlier. 1 minute he'll say some shit that have you dying laughing, and this next minute he'll say some shit that make you be like, wait a minute. That's the Gemini side. But it's also the 9 of diamonds side, being very testy. And again, I encourage y'all to go watch Thought Crimes for that. They did a great, both of their shows yesterday really broke a lot of that shit down. I appreciate I got some super chats. Some cash apps. Donald Henry, I appreciate the cash app. Yes, sir. Let me see. Well, I got Lloyd Hinton. I appreciate the cash app. Damn, Lloyd dropped this 2.5 hours ago. 2 hours when I first started. I appreciate that, brother. Dana, I appreciate the cash app. I appreciate the cash app to all you guys and gals. So that's what it is, you know? That's what it is. It's that's what it is. But I'm about to get up out of here because this is still an ongoing story. I just pray that they find Big U alive and well. I don't want, because I'm telling you right now, if they say anything, and I'm not putting that out there, but if they say anything suicide related, I'm a call something fishy and foul. I don't think that brother would do that to him. I think that a brother like Big U got a lot. He got a son that's successful. He got other positive things that he's done. I don't think he'd do nothing like that to himself. So it's something like, I appreciate the cash app. So something ended up did happening to him that, you know, I'd be very suspicious, you know. But, you know, you don't know how any of this stuff works out. You don't know how none of this stuff. All we can do is watch. But what did I say a long time ago, y'all? It's a lot going on in this world. Just sit back and watch. You know, we're not jumping in. We're not picking sides. We're watching. But we just had a blood moon last week. We just had a lunar eclipse. That means a rising of emotions, a rising of getting things done. It's about to be really, really, these next 6 months, we in for a crazy fucking summer, man. We're in for a crazy 6 months. Because those eclipses, the energy of the eclipse lasts about 6 months. The energy of a lunar eclipse. Some say longer. Personally, I've observed about 6 months. Some people say longer, that's fine, I'm not gonna argue. But, You can look at the numbers, you can look at the cards, you can look at the seasons, and you can see what's going on. All these cards are these are calendar. The cards are a calendar. And based on where you are with this calendar, you know what you're in for, whether it be through the times or through the individuals. And let me see here. What's Big U? What's his birthday? It doesn't have his number, his birthday just up. Oh, they said today's his birthday. Oh, they cold. Hold on. Let me look somewhere else. Let me get a second source, because somewhere it's saying today's his birthday. Hold on. Let me see here. It says he was born between March 19th and March 20th on ChatGPT. It doesn't say which day, because if I'd probably go shoot for the 20th, because that's a 3 of diamonds. He has much more of a 3 of diamonds personality. But 4 of diamonds could be a motherfucker too now. So damn, Big U birthday is either today or tomorrow. Oh shit. Whoa. Somebody said, I don't believe in all that witchcraft. Good thing about this witchcraft, it doesn't require your ignorance for it to work. You so quick. I don't believe in. Who the fuck asked you what you believe in? This shit don't require no fucking belief, nigga. It's not no religion. You don't go to no altar and be like, I accept the 9 of diamonds in my life as my Lord and Savior Christ. I accept it, and I'm going to live by the tenets of the 9 of diamonds, and please, I accept you to be my Lord and Savior. Don't do no shit like that with cards. That's what you Christian niggas do. And salute to the Christians, no disrespect. I used to be one. That's what y'all do. You don't require no goddamn acceptance. You don't have to bring this shit into your heart. Matter of fact, don't believe it. But tell me your birthday anyway. You don't have to believe it, but tell me your birthday. I bet you I'll be right about your personality. You ain't got to believe in shit. I know somebody that's like, I don't believe in none of that stuff. What's your birthday? Okay. Ah, you're a 7 of clubs. Okay. Oh, you have a Queen of Spades in Venus, so that means you're sensitive to judgment. Okay. Then I went in and started talking all kind of shit based off what was going on in their Venus card. They were like, oh, I'm hurt. I don't know. I just, lucky guess. Lucky guess. So yeah, man. But yeah, we about to get up out of here. No matter how people feel about the cards, we called it right here on this channel. This year we are in for internal fights, endings, partnerships splitting apart. People, last year, 8 of Hearts was revelation. This is what it is. 9 of Hearts is execution. For all intents and purposes, the feds got Big U now, so that's a 9. That's an ending. Start back over in jail, because it's over out here in the streets. It's over in the streets. Oh, here they come with the predictable fat joke. Let's put him up here before we get up out of here. Let's talk about this guy right here. This is the guy that's doing all the running his mouth right here. Let's see. Let's get a picture of him. Who's this guy talking? We got a nigga that's over here that got a, what kind of hairline is that, nigga, you got in your head? That's not, you can't be Black American. If you don't get this old rounded, Robin ass, compass ass hairline out of here, talking all kind of shit, this nigga, you look like a 7-year-old got a compass and just drew a line around your head and said, line me up, daddy. Nigga, matter of fact, you call your homeboy daddy. This nigga got on sunglasses at night with a motherfucking with plastic jacket on. If you don't get that pleather bullshit up on out of here, nigga. And back to that hairline of yours. What the fuck is wrong with that? Nigga, he got a, what's his name? He got a Big Red hairline from the 5 Heartbeats. That's a nappy Big Red. Remember how Big Red had that little nappy ass? Let me put a picture. Big Red. 5 Heartbeats. This nigga right here, you like you still get beat up by your sister, nigga. Fuck out of here. This motherfucker, he got a nappy Big Red. Nah, that's not quite close enough. That's not quite close enough. Oh, that is a bowl cut. He said he's a bowl to cut his hair. Now that nigga cut his hair with a belt. That nigga get his hairline, get a belt. He got that 1993 Evander Holyfield. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe hairline? Y'all remember that? Let me see. Y'all remember that Holyfield versus Bowe? Y'all remember that hairline? Was it the Riddick Bowe fight? Was it the Riddick Bowe fight? Or was it the Michael Moore fight? It was one of them fights. That nigga got the Evander. This nigga looked like a drunk version of Dozy. Y'all remember Dozy? This nigga look like a gay ass Dozy, don't he? This nigga right here, boy. You look like you listen to Drake in a car by yourself. You don't listen to Drake for the bitches. You listen to Drake for yourself. Nigga, you got Scorpion personally was the most profound, deep, lyrical album you ever heard in your life, wasn't it? This motherfucker right here, you rub your nipples when you listen to Drake. Don't talk to me, homeboy. Yeah, that little ass hat he had on. Fuck on out of here. That nigga. Man, if you don't get the fuck on out of here, nigga. That motherfucker. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is that. Remember when Evander had that hairline? That nigga had that Evander. Yeah. But I'm about to get up out of here. White supremacy always breaks its tools. And from what we think and what we've heard about on the streets here in LA about Big U, we've heard that he's worked on both sides of the law. We've heard that. We heard about the Nipsey connections. We've heard about the Shakedown connections. And we don't know. But this RICO lawsuit that he has right here is getting us pretty close to the point, close to what's going on. So, oof. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all follow the Patreon. Make sure y'all follow the Patreon. We're going to have some more stuff on Patreon. I got some stuff coming up with, I'm going to do some stuff with Justin Hunt pretty soon. The company, man. Check out his channel today. His channel is going to be very interesting to watch, especially with all this Drake stuff going on and everything. So I look forward to what Justin Hunt got to say over on his channel. I look forward to Thought Crimes. Matter of fact, I just subscribed to the Thought Crimes Patreon. Them motherfuckers, that shit that they dropped yesterday, I was like, man, good information. Yeah, but something is off this time. You're right, DJ. Something is off this time. And I don't know what it is. But we're going to keep watching to find out. Keep watching. Stay out of it. Observe. Notice. And get back to minding your own black ass business. All right? Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you leave a comment on your way out. Make sure you leave a comment. And to the, how many people we got in here? We got to the 1,700 on Twitter. Make sure y'all retweet this and follow the YouTube at Dewan B. For those of you on Twitter, the main place you want to be for the replay is over here on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube at Dewan B. All right. All right. Y'all have a good one. Remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. We out.